like static. But maybe, I've been thinking, that it would make my brain capacity be able to expand. Like I would have so much more room to think about things. I think I could solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Surely that is less complicated than deciding whether or not I should have the last 3 ravioli or save them for tomorrow. It's okay. I don't actually think I can solve the conflict. But you know, I think I can, I have definitely struggled with the ravioli thing. Anyone else like want to, save it for leftovers but eat the whole thing? Yeah, it's always a struggle. Anyway, so again, I think that if all that food noise were to go away, I just don't know who I would be. I mean, like, it's interesting because I always thought I was going to die alone. I always thought I was fat. And now those two things, aren't happening for me. And I'm like, who am I? Like, what's next? Am I going to tan? Blow my mind. When my mom saw how much weight I had lost from all these diseases, she was like, Mazel Tov! Anyone know what Mazel Tov means? Shout it out. Like, when we say Mazel Tov, what are we saying?
Congrats.
Cheers, congrats, exactly. We say Mazel Tov on happy occasions, weddings, engagements, circumcisions. And but what's interesting is that Mazel Tov doesn't directly translate to congratulations. Mazel means luck, and Tov means good. So Jews are literally going around being like, good luck while something good is happening. Like out of like, good luck, because you never know what could happen. Like something bad might happen. This is why Jews have anxiety. Some call it cautious optimism. I like to think about it more as an excited pessimism. Yeah. I say Mazel Tov a ton, and this is because I am a bar mitzvah tutor. I'm a bar mitzvah tutor when I'm not on the toilet or doing comedy. And if you don't know, bar mitzvah is a Jewish coming-of-age ceremony. It happens when kids are 12 or 13, and it marks their transition into Jewish adulthood. So I work with these kids all year to prepare them for this big day. It's a really special time in their lives when they are the worst versions of themselves. Oh, they're so mean. But they're very lucky to have me to write their speeches for them. And I'm so lucky to have ChatGPT. And I think we can all agree that back in our day, we didn't have ChatGPT to write our essays for us. All I had was my judgmental father, who would rewrite my entire essay when I asked him just to proofread it. Like, at least AI doesn't get offended when I don't accept its edits. But yeah, I work with these kids, and it has me thinking a lot about who I was at 12 and 13, because those were some definitely formative years for all of us, I'm sure. And particularly, I have this recurring dream. I'm like mentally ill Martin Luther King. I have a recurring dream. I have a recurring dream, and I'm back at Jewish summer camp. And Jewish summer camp was always tough for me because, I'm just going to say it, I was constipated. Like, I'm not good at pooping in public bathrooms. And so I would be like, oh, I'll just hold it in. Camp's only a month long. That might have been where the tummy troubles began, actually. But yeah, camp was just challenging for me. So in this recurring dream, I am back at Jewish summer camp, and there's some sort of an event about to happen where all the boys will be present. And every girl in the bunk is putting on cute clothes and going to meet the boys. And I'm looking at my suitcase, and I don't have any cute clothes. I'm pulling out clothes, nothing is working, my hair is falling out, my makeup's all over the place, and one by one, every girl is leaving. They look cuter, each one cuter than the next, and they don't actually want me there, no one wants me there, the boys don't like me, no one likes me, everyone hates me. And this happens once a week. So I brought a dream catcher, because I was like, this will help get rid of some bad juju, And the next night, after purchasing said dream catcher, I had a Holocaust dream. Yeah. I was like, is this thing on? Jeez. But in hindsight, I think I prefer that camp dream to my summer camp dream. Because it's like, at least someone's just trying to kill me instead of exclude me from a social gathering. And like, I'd rather be at a concentration camp than a constipation camp. Every day is a constipation. Yeah, so, and also, boys were pretty mean at that time, I feel. I did have this one crush at camp. His name was Shlomo Liebtag. Yeah, I have not covered up his name. That is a real name. And Shlomo and I held hands. at camp, which, if you don't know, it's like rounding third base at Jewish summer camp. It's really a big deal. And so I assumed, I thought I was going to get my last kiss from him on the last night of camp. I was so excited. And on the last night of camp, I sort of like went in for the kiss, and instead he hugged me and said, "You are so awkward."
Oh.
Yeah. And I haven't thought about it a day since. We're good. No, they can be really, really rough. And also, so when I was not at summer camp, the big events, the big social events were bar and bat mitzvah parties. And if you haven't been to a bar bat mitzvah party, it's pretty much like a school dance, except for instead of grinding on your crush in front of your teachers, you grind on your crush in front of your parents. Yeah. But really, like, I went to a Jewish school, so there was a period of time where every weekend there was another bar mitzvah party. It was like Bridgerton. It was the social events of the season. And we would, oh my gosh, we would like go crazy shopping for dresses because we needed to have a different dress for each event. And what you already know about my mother is that she was hard on me and my body, and so shopping experiences were terrible trying to agree on what dresses I could wear. But one time, I convinced my mom to buy a sparkly red halter dress for a particular bar mitzvah party. Sounds pretty cute, right? Yeah, could have been on some boobless prostitute. I was a chubby child and had boobs at a young age, and no one told me I needed to start wearing a bra. So, you know, and by the way, for those of us who might be well endowed, I don't mean to complain, and I'm all for the itty bitty titty committee feeling empowered. However, why is it that just because I have big boobs, I am forced to choose between the one beige granny bra and the black sports bra that looks like a workhorse? Like, all I'm asking is for a bra that doesn't look like a tool for manual labor. I'll see my bra lying on the ground and I'll be like, that's not a bra. That is a vessel with which to fetch water for my entire village. So anyway, I had big boobs at a young age, wasn't wearing a bra, but I was wearing this beautiful red dress. And at this bar mitzvah, I felt so cute. I was getting down and dirty all night to the Macarena, you know. And by the way, I'm not gonna say that Jews don't have rhythm. I will say we're at our best when we're line dancing and being told exactly what to do. So yeah, I felt great. I felt like all the boys were looking at me. I felt super cute. And the next day at school, you probably know where this is going. Yeah, I found out that the boys in my class had come up with a nickname for me inspired by the dress. They called me Four Boobs. Yeah, because my dress cut into my braless bust and my rolls of baby fat in such a way that it made it look like I had not one, not two, but 4 tatas. Yeah. Joke's on them though, actually, because later in life, a guy told me I had the best boobs he'd ever met. And I was like, oh, you like these? Yeah, should have met my other pair. Yeah, so I have been just thinking a lot about those, you know, past times and who I was, and, you know, it's interesting because I gave young Sophia a really hard time, but she was actually like waking up at 7 in the morning. She was getting good grades. She was in student government. She was the star of the basketball team. And side note, I know it's surprising, I was star of the basketball team because I was not only the tallest Jewish person at my Jewish high school, but also the mascot. Pretty cool stuff. So anyway, I broke my leg playing basketball in high school, and I'm 31 now, and recently my leg started hurting me again. And I was like, when I said I wanted to relive my glory days, I did not mean like that. But yeah, young Sophia, like, was doing a lot. And I mean, I also was in all the school plays, obviously. By the way, I used to believe in God until I realized I was a musical theater kid who can't dance. It was unfair. Yeah. But yeah, and you guys should have seen me in my starring role as kid who the teacher calls on to read in front of the class. Yeah, I was not just reading, I was reciting with pizzazz. I got so into Huckleberry Finn, I was asked to tone it down. So, and then the most productive thing I do is like finish the Sudoku on the toilet, and then I need a nap. And I think, because we're getting to the end of things, and you've been such a wonderful audience, I'll just get a little vulnerable for a moment, not that I haven't been this whole time, which is just that I struggle with addiction. I am an addict, and I'm addicted to sleep. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, anybody loves sleep. Like, what's your limit? Like 11 hours? Lightweights. Yeah. I set my alarm for Monday. I wake up on Friday. I am some people are crackheads. I'm a sleepyhead. That's just, it's something I've come to terms with. And you know, I looked up the symptoms of addiction and I match every single one of them. I'm gonna read them to you. So number one, the way you can tell someone's addicted to something. Acquiring and using the drug become the main priority of life while all other obligations fall to the wayside. When I wake up in the morning, I will sacrifice all my hopes and dreams and ambitions for 5 extra minutes of sleep. I'm like, please, can I have some more? Like, after 12 hours of sleep. And I cannot get enough. The only thing that keeps me gets me out of bed in the morning is the thought that I will be able to sleep later. And I will always have my 3 p.m. hit of sleep, which is a nap. 2 hours long, maximum. Minimum. And so that's that. When confronted, the person battling addiction will deny or downplay their drug use. They may do drugs in secret. This is when I knew I was a true sleep fiend. Because, basically, my fiancé will wake me up, okay, so that I can be a contributing member of society, which I have asked him to wake me up, okay, and I will cosplay being awake to him. I'm like, yeah, I'm awake, and all I'm doing is waiting for him to go take his morning poop so I can have 25 minutes extra sleep. I'm like hiding it, so that's a bad sign. And then the third thing is, although the drug abuse is causing physical and mental distress to the individual and their loved ones, the person continues using drugs. I don't feel good after I've slept. I don't feel rested. And you know, I'm like my iPhone, no matter how much I charge overnight, at noon I'm at 15% battery. And also, it definitely causes distress to my fiance, because he'll wake me up in the morning and I'm like, who dares disturb my slumber? And I spend way more time with my teddy bear than him. And he has to smell me after I've been cooking in my own juices for 15 hours. So it's just, it's all bad. I'm aware that what I'm describing is probably a serious medical illness, but that is next year's Fringe show. We do not have time for that. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the past, and thinking about how I probably should have given younger Sophia a little more credit than others did and than I did at that time. And I wanted to sort of reconnect with this time in my life. So I read a book about it. It was called My 6th Grade Diary, and I highly recommend it. So I'm going to read you a quick passage from it, actually, that I found, that I wrote the night before my bat mitzvah. Let it be known to anyone who is reading this right now that I am dying to be a performer. Oh. I must be. It is my undying dream. This document shall be proof to anyone who wants. I thought I was like Anne Frank and someone was gonna dig this up and it would be a primary source. Anyway, and a personal note for me to look back on when I'm older. I swear to be miserable for the rest of my life if I don't accomplish this dream. Signed, Sophia Jane Wolkoff, February 12, 2005. Wow. Little Sophia didn't realize that being a performer would make her miserable for the rest of her life. It's special. It's special to look back on that, to know that I knew at an early age in my gut what I wanted to do. And it took me many, many years to have the guts to take the leap and actually do it and come here. And, the message could be that I should trust my gut more, if only it wasn't trying to kill me. Thank you guys so much. It has been